Hello folks, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to talk about the S1H Mark II and if it's actually coming in 2024. This video, it's gonna really not be scripted at all. There is a lot of talking going on and a lot of blubbering, so stick with me and let's just have a friendly chat, yeah? Not the common YouTube style video or so on. At the moment, I hardly doubt it, just for the fact that we don't have any information or any news about it since basically we had all of this boom of rumors before the summer when they were preparing the launching of the S9 and the GH7. And that worries me a little bit. And the reason why it worries me the most is that we have only one registration left. Because we used to have three. One was the GH7, one was the S9, and then one was, of course, the G9 Mark II, and we have one more. So it was four, sorry. So we have one more left. And what kind of the predictions will say is that Lumix is missing of a high resolution camera. And because Leica Q3 has just came out like a month ago, it will let us kind of assume that the R2, so the S1R2, it's actually the next in line to come. Because it was declared that after the Leica Q3 will have come out, a few months later, the whatever camera it was going to be a successor for most probably the S1R2 was going to come out because it was going to use the Q3 sensor. And I really doubted that Lumix will go with the S1H Mark II with a really big sensor because they declared they are not interested in 8K at this stage. So they are still gonna keep their beautiful 6K that I'm actually filming on now on the S1H Mark II X. So we kind of know that, okay, it's hard that the 1H or the S1H Mark II is actually coming. So there some questions come out, and when are we going to see that camera? Is it gonna come most probably beginning of next year? Are we going to hear about a new registration? Are we gonna hear anything about it? We don't know. Because now Nikon has come out with the Z6 Mark III, which is kinda the camera that blows away all the competition at the same price. So the S1H Mark II X, I think it has now a really solid competition, because if until now in the video specs it didn't have any competition, now with the Z6 Mark III it has a real competitor, especially with that end raw internally. Even though dynamic range wise the S1H Mark II X blew it away, you're still gonna somehow, light rubber your scene. You're still going to do whatever necessary possible and to kind of fix your scene. So Nikon did it. Nikon came out, they did what we were all hoping for the Lumix to do. And what is now for Lumix? They have been silent after the GH7. So one thing that I hope Lumix will do is that they will not rush this S1H Mark II like they did with the GH6. And that's what I will ask for us, like people like me and you, to not rush Lumix to just deliver this camera if this camera is not ready. Because the mistake they did with the GH6, which brought them to release a GH7 really close after, it was that they were kind of in a corner. They were kind of pushed. They were kind of, felt, according to my opinion, they felt the pressure from us on delivering the GH6 because we were requesting it for ages. And they deliver it even though at 2 months from basically completing the phase detect autofocus system that they finally have, that is amazing. They kind of came out with the GH6 when it wasn't ready to come out. Because if they came out with the GH6 with the new phase hybrid detect autofocus system, they wouldn't even have needed the GH7, because they didn't really need anything else, because it was an amazing camera. They could have released all the things that they did in a firmware update, like the REC log 3 could have come in a firmware update, and there was nothing really significant upgrade in the GH7 compared to the GH6, if I have to be sincere. Because everything that GH6 had, the GH7 has it, and the whole rest of the things were mostly like firmware update. Because I still think the 32-bit float is not dependent on the camera or the hot shoe, but just on the DVM2, so the device itself, the microphone itself. So let's not pressure Lumix. If the S1H Mark II is not ready, let's not like pressure them too much, but to kind of give maybe advices, give what we hope to receive into the camera, which is what am I going to basically say now. What I wish that this camera will basically do is everything that the S5 Mark II X has, plus the GH7 and the S9. So basically everything that this camera has, to put them all in one camera, including internal RAW, and not only ProRes RAW, but B-RAW. Because come on, like, I think now Resolve is basically falling down, falling apart. Now they are going to be sued from the US and the whole camera department system and whatever. And most probably the sales are gonna go down, because people are just like now leaving Adobe Cloud and stuff like that. And Resolve is kind of the only alternative powerful enough, because I don't think Final Cut Pro is powerful as much as Resolve. And Resolve, this is only the beta, the 19. So when they released the full version, it's gonna have mind-blowing, even more features than what it has now in the beta version, which is mind-blowing already. So I hope they will deliver B-RAW, but I hope that DaVinci Resolve will finally have kind of find an agreement with Apple, since they are now collaborating with the Blackmagic camera app, and finally being able to deliver ProRes RAW into their system, because that would be amazing, especially now that Final Cut Pro is kind of falling down slowly, and Premiere Pro is falling down slowly. Resolve has quite a huge power now, especially has the free version, and it has a one-time payment, lifetime, with free firmware update for your whole life. So yeah, but what are my wishes for the S1H Mark II? Everything that those three cameras has. So keep the 6K open gate. Hopefully 6K open gate up to 60 frames per second. No crop. Like, let's get rid of all the crops, and let's introduce all, like in all the frame rates, the phase detect autofocus, even in HD. I don't care about HD that much, but I hope we will get like a 4K 120 oversampled. Why not? And because it has a fan, the camera, so it can do it, and hopefully a fast sensor. To have finally probably a stacked sensor that is fast, so that we will be able to receive 4K 120 uncropped, 4K 60 uncropped, like everything uncropped, and be able to record everything properly, no rolling shutter. Hopefully have an IRE filter, so to avoid all pollution in, you know, textures and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm not really asking too much. I'm just asking kind of a cool, cool, beautiful, packed feature as Lumix is used to deliver in a camera that has a fast readout of a sensor. It doesn't have any crop in any mode, and 2 CFS type B, amazing, so we can do relay recording to keep that SD recording capabilities, internal RAW, and yeah, those are kind of what I'm asking for the flagship camera. So I'm not even asking this for the S5 Mark IIX. I'm asking this for the flagship camera. So Lumix, you're taking your time now, especially after releasing S9 and the GH7, and now you have to deliver even the lenses, the 18-40, the 26 and everything. But what is the next camera? We need to know, because I'm so impatient in this moment, and I'm so close to receive the Nikon Z6 Mark III, but I might actually cancel the order or maybe reorder it later on. But I want to see what Lumix is going to come out with, because I'm looking for that pro camera that can make me step up my game. I have used the Lumix S1 Mark II X, and I have maxed it out with completely what I can do with this camera. So I'm looking into what is next for Lumix. But what is your point of view? What do you think that Lumix is going to do now, especially now that the competition like Nikon has caught up? And it looks like Canon is going to come out now with the R5 Mark II, and there is a talk about the R6 Mark III. The R1 is coming out, but we're not really interested in that. At least I'm not. And yeah, there is a lot of things going on now in the industry. Amazing times to be a videographer. But this was my ranting. And what do you think? What is your point of view in all of this ranting? What do you expect from Lumix? What do you wish from Lumix? Let's have a chat down below. And thank you for hearing me ranting, and take good care of yourself. I'm gonna see you and talk with you in the next one. Bye-bye.